And I just said, common sense says that the first fruits would not be a consistent amount that you give more than your tithes. The first fruits is a special offering given in recognition of an added blessing from God, which is in and of itself a complete act. You give the first fruits each time you wish to testify to a new blessing from God. Formalizing. Start out sensible, but start. Now, obviously, the first fruits that the widow gave to Elijah was more than her tithe on that meal. Maybe not more than her tithe is, but she had one meal for her and her boy, and Elijah said, give it to me first. So if we abstractly assume she took the one meal and cut it in 3 parts and gave him the first part, then her first gift to him was a third. But then God blessed her every day thereafter. And as the days went on, it wasn't long before her portion that she kept for her and her boy every day that God continued to bless was more than that first portion she gave to God's servant. And my guess is that his portion of what was eaten thereafter from the blessing probably averaged out about where the tithes and offerings should be. I put them a little lower. I say the tithes will average about 19%. I said to many of you, the tithes and offerings in God's book come to about 25%. I think the principle throughout God's book, and I can take you to Malachi and prove this, you shouldn't give to God an offering of lesser quality than what you give the governor. They were given sick sheep to God, crippled animals to God in their offerings. Malachi says, try that on the governor. I think it's a good principle for Christians. Don't let all your giving to the government be more than what you give to God. Learn some principles. We got a spontaneous fire burning within, which is the gift of God's Spirit that makes you want to give. And these principles set some limits with the knowledge that God wants you to be blessed. God deals in percentages normally. First fruits is the only one that he doesn't. Not the only one, but the major one that he doesn't. And the first fruits is a principle you have to learn to apply in your own life. Give God first attention. And I've told you specific ways I would do it. Get started. Get a raise. You get return on a new investment. You get some new blessing of things, material. You take instantly, before you utilize any of it, portion and say, God, I'm not cutting into tithe with this. This is my way of saying, you're first in my life. This is an outlet for the giving impetus. And with it comes some additional blessings, such as the one I just pointed to of the angel before you. But I'm letting God know he comes first.